Alright guys, it is Sunday, December 20th, 2020 at 1:35 p.m. Alright guys, sorry I was gone for 2 days. Pretty much was having internet issues. We called the cable guy and they came out here and they said, oh yeah, somebody accidentally turned off your internet. I was like, oh that's great. So they turned it back on and we're back 2 days later. Alright guys, let's start with these headlines. We have overwhelmed California hospitals contemplate rationing care. California hospitals are battling to find beds to house patients amid fears that the exploding coronavirus infection rate will exhaust resources and healthcare workers. So they're battling just to have people in their hospitals. It says California hospitals are battling to find beds to house patients amid fears of the explosion of coronavirus cases will exhaust staffing resources. As of Saturday, nearly 17,400 people were hospitalized with confirmed and suspected COVID-19 infections, more than double the previous peak reached in July, and a state model that uses current data to forecast future trends shows the number could reach 75,000 by mid-January. So struggling to keep people in beds because there's basically no room. Now they have to ration care. This is going downhill. Alright guys, next story. What scientists know about the coronavirus variant spreading into the UK. The longer the virus spreads, the more opportunities it has to change, said Maria van Kerkhove of the World Health Organization. Several European countries have banned flights from the UK over fears about the new coronavirus variant that has forced millions of people in Britain to cancel their Christmas plans. Germany, the Netherlands, Belgium, Austria, and Italy all announced restriction on UK travel. Others will likely follow suit, as scientists warn the new strain spread more quickly than its predecessor. With UK infection levels rising rapidly, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson told a Saturday news conference that London and the UK's southeast will be put under the strictest lockdown rules known as Tier 4. As a result, non-essential shops, gyms, cinemas, hairdressers, and bowling alleys will be forced to close for 2 weeks, while people will be restricted to meeting one another or one other person from another household in an outdoor public space. The bubble policy, allowing up to 3 households to meet over the holiday period in parts of the country that are not under Tier 4 restrictions, will be severely curtailed and will only apply on Christmas Day, Johnson said. So, UK going through a new coronavirus strain that is spreading quickly through the United Kingdom. Alright, next. Thousands of tiny earthquakes hit deep under western Washington, Oregon, and British Columbia again, and indicate that the Cascadia megaquake is coming soon. So here we have lots of earthquakes happening on Washington. It says thousands of small earthquakes hit the Cascadia subduction zone new slip event in 2020. It says a swarm of thousands of tiny earthquakes deep under western Washington, Oregon, and British Columbia started again back in October 2020. These small quakes are happening 40 to 60 miles deep when the lower slab of the oceanic Juan de Fuca plate moves toward and eventually is shoved beneath the continent, the North American plate along the Cascadian subduction zone. So there's a lot of tiny quakes happening in Washington. Alright, next. Southern Korea kills 6.1 million poultry to contain highly pathogenic H5N8 bird flu. Southern Korea has culled 6.1 million poultry nationwide as part of measures to contain the spread of the highly pathogenic H5N8 bird flu, after 18 cases of the strain have been confirmed at farms across the country. According to the news agency, 4 million chickens and 1.2 million quails have been culled. So, apparently a lot of birds have been being killed in South Korea because of this disease. Alright. Next. Snow apocalypse forces thousands of drivers to sleep in their cars in Japan. At least 2 centimeters of snowfall in 3 days in parts of Japan. Within 3 days, more than 6.6 feet of snow accumulated on the Niigata and Gunma prefectures, isolating communities, disrupting power for tens of thousands of households, and stranding more than 2,100 cars on a highway. So people had to sleep in their cars. It says self-defense forces were called out to provide food, blankets, and fuel to motorists after sudden record snowfall stranded hundreds of cars in the Kanetsu Expressway between Tuizokono, Tokyo, and Yazuka Town, north of Tokyo, on the coast of the Sea of Japan. Says more than 2,100 drivers were trapped inside their car for 17 hours and were forced to spend the night in their cars. At one point, the line of vehicles stretched at least 10 miles. So that's a lot of stranded people out in Japan. Alright. And finally, why is Antarctica shaking like crazy? More than 50,000 earthquakes in 3 months baffle scientists. Says many weird phenomena are currently taking place in Antarctica. While enigmatic deep space signals are hitting the surface of the continent, more than 50,000 tremors have rocked Antarctica since the end of August. Such an impressive spike in seismic activity has never been witnessed by scientists. A major 6.0, as well as thousands of other small quakes, were all detected in the Barnfield Strait, a 60-mile wide ocean channel between the South Shetland Islands and the Antarctic Peninsula. Although several tectonic plates and microplates meet near the strait, and thus frequent rumbling, the past 3 months have been unusual, according to the University of Chile. Most of the seismicity and concentrated at the beginning of the sequence, mainly during the month of September, with more than 1,000 quakes a day. The shakes have become so frequent that the strait itself, once increasing in width at the rate of 7 or 8 millimeters or 0.30 inches a year, is now expanding to 15 centimeters or 6 inches a year. That is a 20-fold increase, which suggests that right this minute the Shetland Islands are separating more quickly from the Antarctic Peninsula. So, a lot of activity down there in Antarctica. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Hit like, subscribe for more news, and hopefully we won't have any more internet issues, but if we do, I'll let you know. See you guys next time. God bless.